Hello and welcome! Silrace here with Overwatch and Brawl rules on your screen right there. One of these really interesting brawls. I like this kind of very weird, well, wonky brawls which do this kind of stuff. Anyways, featuring two heroes I have very little playtime on. I just haven't gotten around to playing Farah yet. Simple as that, I just haven't. I played a little bit of her, very little, and that's about it. Mercy I have kind of been avoiding playing, simply because I know myself. Once I start playing the hero, well, support heroes in a game like this, that's all I will do from that point on. Because it's the playstyle I enjoy the most, frankly. So I've kind of been avoiding playing Mercy. I've played a little bit of her, so I felt more comfortable with her as opposed to going for as a Farah here. And this push of ours is a little bit too chaotic, so it get pushed out here pretty quickly. And of course, once you lose anybody to jump to as a Mercy, then you basically, well, lose your mobility, which is one reason I kind of dislike her playstyle from time to time. Like, you need your teammates to actually give you opportunity to, well, fly to them. If they don't, if your teammates are dying or they move into locations where you cannot see them so that you can fly to them, that's always an issue. And swapping to Mercy's gun here to do a little bit of damage, it's actually surprisingly good gun. Most people don't seem to realize that, but it's actually surprisingly good weapon. So I am trying to put it a little bit on use to help out the Farahs, because we went even split. Three Farahs and 3 Mercies. You could argue, at least I could definitely see argument for going 4 Farahs with only 2 Mercies for this particular mod. Another thing which came to my mind after I had done like half of this Brawl, because this is obviously post-gameplay commentary, as I mentioned before in my previous videos too. I am not good enough to commentate and play at the same time, so yeah, post-gameplay commentary. But another thing which came to my mind is probably better to just hold on to the healing beam, because there is going to be so much splash damage in a matchup like this. Another thing is, even with the damage boost, you aren't going to one-shot anybody. So it still takes couple rockets to kill somebody, even with the damage boost. So it's not necessarily, well, the best idea, at least to me. It seems like not the most prudent course of action to hold the damage boost, but to hold the healing beam if you're doing something. So yeah, there is that. Just a random food for thought for food, if you are hungry for that kind of stuff. And also, this is one of those situations where you could have, you know, jumped, allowed me to, you know, fly to you and stuff. But oh well, I'm coming in here now because everybody is in here. Also, something I never figured out, so I am a little lost here and hide from that barrage. Do you have to actually stand on the capture area, or can you just fly above it while still keep capturing it? Something I never bothered to check before this, and now I know that you can actually just be in the air above it and still contest it. Learn something new, and that's part reason, you know, to play and actually watch back your play. So you can realize, oh, actually it works that way, and that seems like a good idea. I'm also walking a little bit on the ground. Mostly what I wanted to try to do is give multiple, you know, not multiple targets, because obviously there are multiple targets, but multiple angles for fire. And I could burn my res here, but somebody else did burn there, so because being on the ground and a lot of people being in the air, you have to change the angle of your fire, and Farah's gun is not hit scan. So basically what happens is they need to well, basically aim for me. Now unfortunately we had too many people on the ground, so it suddenly became the clear route. Like, aim at those guys on the ground, alright? Whereas if there is one person on the ground and the rest of them are in the rest of us in this case are in the air, you have to change the angle, and because you have to account for a lead with the Ferras rockets, then you obviously have to and I absolutely walked into that, so oh my. Anyways, like this. Now that there were too many people on the ground again, so obviously it became then the thing to do. Kill the people on the ground. If only one is there, seems much better. Anyways, let's get back in there, and this is where I was like, okay, please show up from the window, but nope. Okay, I'm going back in the air, and okay, that one died. Do I rest? Yes, I do. Get everybody back up, or not everybody, but the dead ones, so we can keep this push going. That's actually at least very interesting about this brawl, is the way that you can, well, as you can see, this fight in this room is going to take a long time, because, well, there is a lot of space to fly around, which is just brilliant for this kind of thing. Somebody is on the ground hunting me, so let's go in the air. And also, because of how many mercies there are, you can, you know, revive people and keep this whole battle going, making this very fun. Very much fun. A whole lot of fun. And I am employing here, as you can see, I am employing that strategy which came to my mind in mid-game, which I just talked about a bit ago. Keep that healing beam going, forget about the damage boost beam, because there, like I mentioned, there is enough splash damage going on. Somebody is on the ground or against the wall, they get the splash damaged. It's better than to heal that splash damage and not have them die to another splash damage. Well, at least this is my opinion. Somebody who is much better at the game can obviously chime in and tell me that I'm completely wrong. But frankly, I can only work with what I have personally tried, and as always, my view on these things is that, well, just because somebody tells me something, I need to try it out for myself to figure out if that is actually the case. And that's what I'm hoping other people take out of these videos as well, is that, well, even though I might say something what I'm finding is good, test it out for yourself. That's the most important thing, at least for me. Let's go up there and heal people. If nothing else, this is a very good practice for mercy play, and now there is lots of people in front of me, so let's put some bullets in them as well. I haven't figured out a way to what's the word? It's like you can't seem to be able to fly to a friendly with a pistol out. That would be quite nice, quite interesting, if you could still do that. But apparently there is not, unless I am absolutely missing something, but I didn't figure a way to do that so far. Particular game. We have pretty much contested this point by now, and I end up dying once more. Unfortunately, I stood there a little too long without actually getting in the air to really go, but then somebody drops a nice revive there, and I was holding on to mine for the final push in case it was needed, but there is the victory.
Play of the game.